Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's Reddit stories are from Am I the A-Hole? Story 1 is by Glamorous Asparagus. Am I the a-hole for not telling our friends that I am rich? I'm a 25 female and I don't like money talk. I keep it private because growing up I've seen things that people will do for money. I've seen it destroy my brothers. My parents died when I was little and I was taken in by my grandparents who raised me. It was a very privileged upbringing, but they also raised me to be frugal and grateful for what I have. I'm incredibly grateful for what I have. I don't show off or anything. I don't care for labels. Most of my clothes are thrifted. My husband, who's 33, and I live well within our means. The problem is, our friend group has just found out that I'm rich, and they're mad. We had friends over for dinner, and the wife of my husband's best friend went into our office to take a private work call. We've let friends take private calls there before with no issue. She snooped well in there and found documentation about my trust fund, my investments, etc. When she came out, she was mad and I thought it was just because of the call, so I left her alone and continued cooking. She started telling everyone that I was actually rich, showing them one of the documents she had taken from the office. My husband took it off her and told her it was none of their business. At dinner, she kept going on about me masquerading as poor because I thrift, have a cheap old car, travel in economy, and don't offer to cover the bill when we go out. Our other friends agreed and are pissed off because we never said we have money or offered money when one of them was struggling. We ended up cutting dinner short and asking everyone to leave. Since then, I've had messages from them, mostly the women, being angry that I never told them that I had money. I've even had a couple of requests for money. One has already asked for $50,000 to cover their student loans because I had my college paid for. I had scholarships that covered everything. My husband has told me to just ignore them and it's none of their business. His best friend has called and apologized for all this, as his wife shouldn't have been snooping. I've been very much frozen out from the group. I've been told I won't be invited to anything until I pay my equal share, and by equal share, they mean I pay for everything. Am I the a-hole for not telling my friends I'm rich? Your friends, and I'm doing air quotes right now, your friends are a-holes. And you should be glad that they're out of your lives. Your husband sounds like he has one best friend, who's actually his friend. These other people are going to be leeches. Asking for $50,000 immediately? That's ridiculous. And you won't be invited to anything until you pay for, everything? See ya! These people aren't your friends, and they can go be mad. You don't have to be honest with anybody about your finances at all. And you living a frugal lifestyle does not mean you're lying at all. It's just you're making smart decisions with your money. Our next story today is by Adrian7846. Am I the a-hole for telling this guy I'm dating that I don't want to buy the $280 shoes that he asked for? I met this guy 9 months ago and we've been dating non-exclusively. Talking, as they call it these days, ever since. We talk every day, but we don't see each other often because we live in different states. He lives in my home state, so I do see him once a month when I go home, and he's also come to visit me once. When we see each other and go out, he pays for most things, but I do pay for our stuff sometimes as well. You could say maybe 75-25. He's been very generous with me. He's gifted me AirPods randomly. We exchanged Christmas gifts. We both got each other some cologne or perfume. Lol. For Valentine's Day, we weren't able to see each other, but he sent money for nails, sent me flowers, sent me a teddy bear, and bought me an expensive purse. His birthday is coming up in a few weeks, and I asked him what he wanted. He told me he wanted some shoes, which are about $280. I told him those shoes are out of my budget. My grandma's 80th birthday, my mom's 60th birthday, and my sister's 21st birthday are all in the next few weeks as well. I definitely don't intend to spend $250 plus on each of them, which it seems kind of unfair of me to drop so much on a guy that's not even my boyfriend. The only person I ever gifted that expensive of a gift to is my mom. Also, I just can't fathom the idea of spending nearly $300 on shoes. The most expensive shoes I've ever purchased for myself were probably $100. I won't even spend that much money on myself. Why would I go drop it on someone else? He got upset with me, saying he's really hurt I won't give him the only thing he asked for. He says he spent a lot on me and never thought twice about it. For example, the purse he got me on Valentine's Day was $400 alone. Note, he also got me the other gifts. He also asked me to stay for his birthday dinner, but that would entail me staying home with my parents far longer than I want to, which is also upsetting him. Yes, I can afford the shoes if I really want, but I don't want to spend that much on shoes. Again, I don't even shop like that for myself. I was thinking maybe a $100 to $150 birthday gift. This is double that. I know he has spent a lot on me, but that was his choice. Like I said, I've also paid for things when we go out. I have never asked for any of those things he'd given me either. Even when he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, my response was peace and happiness. I'd never tell this man I want a nearly $300 gift. We aren't even officially together, and I have told him I'm not ready for a committed relationship anytime soon. Am I the a-hole? This one got mixed responses again, but I'm only going to share one of them down below. Down in the comments by International Count 23. Does this guy know you're not exclusive? 'Cause from what you've written, he's incredibly into you and wants a relationship, but you want to have all the benefits of a boyfriend without the commitment. You're not the a-hole for wanting to spend as much money on him as he does you, but you are the a-hole if you're stringing him along with the hope that one day you could be more. If this is the case and you'll never want a monogamous committed relationship with him, either let him go so he can find someone else who will reciprocate his feelings, or at the very least, have a frank and open conversation with him, telling him the exact situation. Then, if he still wants to continue with the relationship, that's on him. That right there. Make sure you're not stringing him along. Be very clear about your intentions. $280 is pretty expensive for a gift. That's what he wants. If you have the means to give it to him, then think about giving it to him. Why would you ask him what he wants if you're not willing to get what he wants? I would say exactly what the person in the comments said. Make sure you're not stringing him along, so that he doesn't keep wasting his money if he sees it that way. Our last story today is by Little Gamer. Am I the a-hole for calling my mom a liar and telling her and her husband to check their expectations? My mom got remarried 2 years ago, which was 5 years after we lost my dad. I'm 16 now, I was 11 when he died, and my sister, who's 14 now, was 9. My mom's husband, George, is a widower too, technically. Though he was separated from her for a few years, and his kids, now 11, 10, and 9, didn't know their mom. So this means they feel like they were always missing that perfect nuclear family, while Sky and I already have that. We lost it when our dad died, but that was still our perfect nuclear family, and we did not feel like we were missing out on having another dad, and we didn't wish for more siblings. But Mom and George expected me to see all 4 kids as equal siblings. They expect me to do for my step-siblings what I do for Sky. My mom expected me to baby my step-siblings the way I used to baby Sky. They expected me to be physically affectionate with my step-siblings because I hug Sky. I kiss the top of her head and sometimes pick her up when we play fight. They expected all of that because George's kids never had their mom. In December, I had to write a fake will for my homework. I basically left everything to Sky with some stuff for my mom. George read the thing over my shoulder as I finished it up, and he told my mom how I didn't leave anything for his kids in this fake will. They asked me about it the next day, and I was like, Sky's my sister. Of course she'd get almost everything. The 3 of us started therapy after that. They said that they noticed that Sky and I don't treat George's kids the same, and that the fake will was alarming because it would break the kid's heart if that was a real scenario. They expressed the importance that I fulfill my obligations as an older sibling and treat them all the same, and most importantly, truly love them all the same. Same for Sky. She should embrace being an older sibling. Yada, yada. A week ago, Mom brought it up that I had made a commitment to George's kids when they got married and had signed up for being their big brother. They expressed that they expected us to be one whole nuclear family where no one was treated any differently. We all loved each other equally. They said that was what they were going to demand from us, as the oldest 2, and the ones who are not showing that love to everyone. When my time came to speak, I called my mom a liar for saying that I had signed up for anything, and said that I never signed off on her getting married or being a sibling to anyone other than Sky, and technically didn't sign up for that, but I was because I love Sky. Then I told them to check their expectations before they get out of control because they will never get the family they're imagining us to be. I told them it's not what I want or want to work toward. My mom told me I had no right to call her a liar and said that it's cruel to share that I have no intention to agree to being a good brother to George's kids, that I showed how much of a child I am. Am I the a-hole? I'm going to leave the reply for this one to one of the commenters by Rosie Days 456. I've never understood why adults who remarry and both have kids expect all the kids to get along like siblings. Some don't even get along as friends as they don't like each other, have nothing in common. Kids do not take on the responsibility of being siblings. Parents take on the responsibility of being step-parents. They are the adults. I personally don't think that kids should have to babysit their siblings unless it's an emergency. Parents are using the kids as free babysitters. Not right. That is what builds resentment. Kids should never be forced to hug or kiss anyone at all, family or not family. I don't know what to tell you to do to fix this. Bring up all these things in therapy, but that doesn't mean the therapist will be able to resolve it for you if your mom and stepdad think it's okay for them to tell you to babysit and that you should hug and kiss your half-siblings. If therapy is not helpful, find someone else to talk to. A guidance counselor, priest or pastor, if you have a church to go to. An adult that you trust. Wish you the very best. Perfectly said. Couldn't say it better. And with that, our stories for today have come to a close. If you enjoy this content, please click like or subscribe or leave a comment below. Each of these things helps tremendously in the YouTube algorithm. It helps my channel grow. Until we meet again, have the perfect day.